Hello and welcome to Chewy's Magic Blog. Put up a post a week or so ago on the blog about Crackline Ironworks and this latest iteration. In the blog, for the three of you who read it, I promised that I'd do some videos on KCI. So finally got a chance. My wife and daughter have flown over to Singapore and Hong Kong. I'm joining them in a couple of days, so I have the house to myself. So what do? You sit down in front of the computer, you fire up Modo, and you jam some games. So this is the deck. This is the list that I'm currently playing, and yeah, I played a league last night and went 2-3. Had one of those game threes where I was in the midst of going off and like 4 lands or so in a row, and yeah, I was kind of under pressure. It wasn't the optimal turn to go off, but I was sort of dead the next turn. Had to go for it. Didn't work for me, and I made a play mistake. So like things kind of fallen the other way around. I would have sort of 3-2'd, and then I made a mistake, so I could have 4-1'd. I played against 8-rack, and that just owned me. I just didn't have any lands or cards in my hand sort of at the end of the game. So yeah, I ended up with a 2-3 record, which isn't great, but yeah, sometimes in Modern especially, you need things to go your way. Anyway, enough whinging about not winning games. Let's have a quick look at the deck. Pretty familiar for people, I guess. Matt Nass played 2 Forests. I gone for a third Ether Hub just to give me the any explosives mana. I don't ever feel like I don't have green, so I think 1 Forest is fine. I'd rather have the insurance of Ether Hub of needing that extra colour, especially post board where you're trying to cast red spells as well. So it's a small percentage thing. The rest of the mana bases are pretty standard. 3 Buried Ruins, pretty good to buy back the important cards. It's quite good when you're going off as well. Citadel's obvious choice. Grove of the Burn Willows, it's a pain-free dual land, which is has percentage points against Death Shadow. Not you see a great deal of Death Shadow. And Inventor's Fair. 3 sometimes bites you, but it's such a good tutor for the deck. So you got to go there. Mox Opal, that's obvious. Lets you ramp things out, and it is pretty essential to your combo. You can, like, quote unquote, go off with other 0-mana artifacts like Engineered Explosives, but it's a lot easier with Mox Opal. 4 Ancient Stirrings. As you can see by the sheer amount of colourless cards in the deck, i.e. everything that's not an Ancient Stirrings, it's pretty good. 4 Spheres, 4 Stars, 4 Terrarian, and a Pyrite Spellbomb, which is part of your combo with your Mirror Retrievers, Scrap Trawlers, Mox Opals, and the KCI itself. Wellsprings, Mind Stones, 2 Mirror Retrievers, 4 copies of the combo. Engineered Explosives because it's a great catch-all, and as I said, it does let you, in some instances, it's like a worse Mox Opal 5 and 6. Emrakul, now I actually think, so I started playing Emrakul over the second Spellbomb for like Modo reasons, but it's come up often enough that, so I played against Athalia, and Pirate Spellbomb combos, you've got to spend time killing Thalia. Sometimes you don't have Scrap Trawler, and sometimes you can just KCI out an Emrakul on like turn 5 or 6 after some interaction and stuff. So it's pretty good. Over to the it's Emrakul. You got to play Emrakul. Sideboard. Let's start with the new card, the Antiquities War. So Khan is an obvious thing that you would look at in this deck, but I feel that the Antiquities War is better in the game plan because if you down tick Khan, they can deal with stuff like they keep removal in because of Scrap Trawler. I feel like the Antiquities War instantly replaces itself, puts them on a really quick clock, actually ends the game faster than Khan. So you play both of them to beat Stony Silence, and I think the first Antiquities War is better than the second Ether Grid for those reasons. I might be wrong. I just got to test it out. Worm Coil Engine is really good against the aggressive or burn matchups, and things like Death Shadow that rely on the negate type effect post board to stop you going off. Just ramping out a Worm Coil. You know, a turn 4 Worm Coil off a Mind Stone and a Mox Opal is achievable. Defense Grid and Guttural Response for against counterspell decks. For Nature's Claim, because I mean Affinity is a thing, obviously, but the issues that you run into with Stony Silence, you just need full copies. And Galvanic Blast, you know, 1 mana kill something up to 4 power, which is most things in Modern, except maybe Tarmogoyf, I guess. But yeah, it's a pardon me, it's just a really good spot removal spell. So let's jump into a match and see if we can get some W's.